Welcome to Game Night Tonight for this week's game spotlight of Boss Monster. Now, as always, my name is Brady Anderson. We have Pennywise here with us today to explain why this is our game spotlight, what it's all about and everything. Boss Monster. Such a good game. So imagine yourself playing Mario, back in the day. It's got the same graphics, everything. But instead of you being Mario, you get to be the Boss Monster. You're Bowser, literally Bowser, taking on all the heroes that are coming to steal your treasure, steal the princess captor that you've taken, all the above. But it's a very, very fun game. It's fairly quick if you get to know the game pretty well, but it is a 2 to 4 player game, about 30 minutes to an hour, I'd say, in gameplay time, depending on how many players you have.
Now, this is a remarkable game for people who actually enjoy quite a bit of strategy, but you're getting kind of bored of every other strategy game that you play over and over and over again. Because let's be frank, those of us who love strategy games, we find one or two, and then we just play those to death, and then we get bored. And it's like, do you want to play a board game? No, because we're going to end up playing the same strategy game, and I'm just bored of it. Especially if you don't have a lot of time or if you want to play multiple rounds, because it does go so quickly. When you have friends who know what they're doing, by that I mean have played it more than once, you're going to be looking at 20 to 30 minutes.
Easy.
And you can just sit around, talk, and build a dungeon. It's got enough jabbing back and forth with sabotaging each other and also concentration on doing your own thing that it keeps the levity there, and it keeps the atmosphere kind of up. So that's really, really good. Solid game that way.
Absolutely. And the game it's pretty simple overall. You just got to learn the combinations of what rooms do what. Ultimately, you're going to be having rooms that you're going to be building in your dungeon for these heroes to go through, and you're going to be trying to kill them before they get to you. Otherwise, you take a hit, and if you take too many hits, you're going to die.
So while you're trying to build up your dungeon, at the same time, you're trying to sabotage everybody else's dungeon, and it just gets wacky really quickly. There's a lot of moments where you're like, yeah, and then someone just throws something. It's like, oh.
You could have it in the bag, and then out of nowhere, counter spells, something like that. There's always going to be different things with the spells, different rooms you can destroy in your own dungeon that sabotage the other person's dungeon, or that even help your own dungeon. There's a lot of things. The game replayability on this thing is very high. There's a lot of combinations you can go. Like every dungeon you build is going to be completely different. And you have the factor of the other players having a completely different game too. So overall, a lot of fun, really quick rounds, as we said, 2 to 4 players, so small groups. But if you want to change it up and get away from, Skip-Bo, those kind of games, I mean, they're great and all, but
we've been friends for over a decade now.
Oh yeah.
And are just best friends. And during this whole thing, we even had about a year where we weren't able to see each other. And I think a lot of people are having trouble reaching back out, reconnecting with those friends that they still have, but just not getting together. Games like this are perfect for that. They bring you back together, and they get those friends back in, and maybe some new friends back in, and get people doing what we're not doing anymore. And that's coming together again and seeing each other as human again for the first time in a long time.
And doing it with something fun. Absolutely.
So put a movie on in the background, pull out Boss Monster, let the kids be entertained by the movie. If you don't have kids, let yourself be entertained by the movie when it's not your turn.
But actually play, at the same time.
But actually play, talk, have fun. So that's this week's Game Spotlight. If you can think of any better game spotlights or any games that we should review,
comment below.
We love games. So if you have something we haven't seen before, we will go get it.
We'll pick it up. We'll make a new video. We'll give you our thoughts. We'd like to hear your thoughts though, so comment below. So if you like the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for future notifications of all the videos that we're going to be coming out with. And as always, comment down below on what you'd like Pennywise here to wear next. Any comments, we will go to the lengths and the ends of the earth to make it happen. But we will catch you next time on Game Night Tonight.
Bye.